Classifications is part of taxonomy, which is the ordering and naming of organisms to figure out how related they are to one another. And 7 main classifications that you will find are, in this order, kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. And an easy way you can remember this order is through an acronym such as King Philip came over from Great Spain, or you can remember it through Kids playing catch on freeways go splat. So through this diagram, we can see how classifications become more specific, starting off with the kingdoms, which are 5 main groups that consist of a broad range of similar organisms, all the way down to the species, which are specific types of organisms. So the first classification organisms go under is the kingdom, which is the highest taxonomic rank and consists of phyla. And the 5 big kingdoms to know are the kingdom Monera, which are unicellular organisms that have no nucleus, such as bacteria. The next one is kingdom Protista, which are also unicellular organisms, but these are also eukaryotes, so they have nucleuses and more complex organelles. Then we have the kingdom Fungi, which is mostly mold, yeasts, and mushrooms, kingdom Plantae, which is all plants, and kingdom Animalia, which is animals and includes humans. Then, within the kingdoms, we have the phylum, which are the second taxonomic rank, and in the kingdom Plantae, they're actually called divisions instead of phylum. And within each kingdom, there are several phylum, and within each phylum, there are several classes, and so on, as we can see with the order, the family, the genus, and the species. So where does this lead us to? Binomial nomenclature, or the scientific name, which allows us to identify organisms through their specific names, such as in this case we have the panther, which is labeled Panthera pardus, where Panthera is the genus of the organism, and pardus allows us to know that that's the specific species. So no other organism will have the name pardus, but a few other organisms will have the name Panthera because some other species will be part of the genus Panthera. And it's important to note here that when we write the scientific name, we write the genus with the capital letter, and we write the species with the lowercase letter. So here's a diagram where we can see how all of these different organisms differentiated from each other and at what times they started to become different from one another. So all of these organisms are part of the same order, Carnivora, but then they branch off into different families such as the Felidae, the Mustelidae, and the Canidae. And then from there, they go into different genuses. And for example, when we look at the Canidae, it goes into the genus Canis, and then within Canis we get 2 different species, the domestic dog and the wolf. And we can tell that these 2 are closely related because their first name and their scientific name is Canis, indicating that they are part of the same genus, but then their second name, Familiaris and Lupus, tell us that these are different species.